Yeah.
None of the
Your
stores.
clue is real. I mean, we've been talking about this, but your clue is if you go out the day or two before Black Friday, then you'll really know what's going to be happening.
Yeah, because we did that. We made a point of going all over the place last year, and then the next day we told everybody what was available, and we knew what the prices were. Actually, sometimes the prices were cheaper before the sales.
Well, actually, one of the things that I noticed is that in November, right? If you buy it like the first part of November, the price is usually here, and then the price goes up.
Yeah.
Right before the holiday, and then if it's Black Friday, it'll drop, but otherwise it's going to stay higher through the holidays.
Yeah, that's right. You know, the Cyber Monday isn't a big. Cyber Monday basically is not a big deal. Okay.
But if you also buy it for at the beginning of November, you keep your receipt. You can also have the return policy until January something.
But a lot of the stores have pulled back on their return policies now. If you buy the merchandise during those time periods, they basically charge you a fee for returning.
Make sure you buy your tips. Make sure you keep your receipts.
Yeah.
And if you buy a gift, get a gift receipt, because the other person you're giving it to might not be able to return it or exchange it. Also, don't open it, because they do have open return stocking fees.
I know.
And I know there's a lot of parents out there that the kids give them something and they want to look like they're really excited, so they sit there and open it up.
Yeah. I mean,
right?
We bought a camera where they goofed when they packaged it, and I managed to open the package without.
They didn't put the tag on it.
I opened the package.
Oh, the other one they didn't.
I opened the package without damaging the return thing on it. So, which means all I'll do is, I mean, we want the camera.
Well, it's not.
But we're not going to return it. But I looked at that, then I sit there and opened it, and I managed. And here's the thing: is if this seal is broken, it will cost you a 15% restocking fee. Oh. Not on that one. It was stuck on the wrong part of the thing. It didn't have anything to do.
See, because it doesn't say if this is open. It's like if this seal is broken. So technically,
you
can open the other side and you just don't break the seal.
Yeah, we didn't break the seal because it was put on. They didn't realize that the whole thing was it was a take-off box. You know, you sit there and lift the whole thing up. I just scored around to where the thing was, lifted it up, bent it over, and took it out. So we wanted the thing anyway, but no, but. I think it's absolutely the cruelest thing on earth to take people that don't have anything, build up their hopes because it's an election. It's the same thing as the president. The president did it with foreclosures, and now he's trying to get out of the problem. And we're looking at like 100,000 foreclosures. The people, okay, we're looking at people that are on the verge of foreclosure that basically could use this to help stall foreclosure because once they stop, they make some payments. They stop the process.
Well, part of it is you don't even have to catch up. If you make a payment and they accept the money, you start the calendar all over.
Yeah, and no, you can hate all the banks you want. I know of no bank that wants to foreclose on a home. They don't want that. They want you to keep it.
Believe me, they have enough on their inventory already.
They'll bend over backwards to keep you in that place, but they can't. If basically if you're living in a house in Brentwood that cost $1.5 million to buy, and you're making $7 an hour at McDonald's, you should never have been in that home. But see,
you were lucky to have been there.
The problem is banks. The market was like this. There was a market for titles. The titles were traded on a market, which Obama is basically going to kill that because all the states are going to shut it down. Which means there'll be no more trading of titles. Which means the houses are going to, it's going to cost you more to buy a house because of the president. But these people here are almost all people looking to stop, a lot of them looking to stop the foreclosures on their house, to stop their car from being taken away. And these jobs don't exist because if you haven't created that many jobs since the stimulus came, how in the hell do you expect to create that many jobs in 1 month? Because if they'd have created that many, they need this many jobs in order to start dropping the unemployment rate every month for the next 3 years to get the employment rate to go down. They haven't had this many jobs that they're talking about in 11 months. But we're going to do it in the next few weeks. In the next 2 or 3 weeks, we're going to put on 600 to 900,000 workers in the next few weeks. And the people believe it. I mean, to me, it's a front page article. Happy holidays for seasonal workers. 600 to 900,000 people will be hired this holiday season. because the economy, the stimulus that Barack Obama did for the American people has worked far better than they could have ever expected it would work. And we're going to need extra people to be put on to handle the expected sales. Of course, we're not going to have any more inventory. We're not going to have any sales items. But we need these people. If the stimulus worked, they would be having more inventory and more sales. Because sales do not delineate the fact that the market is bad. You generally have your biggest sales when the market is going good because they want to keep the people coming in the store. Mm-hmm. When the market is bad, the United States is the only country in the world that raises prices on merchandise when they can't sell it.
Really?
I mean, you
they
can't.
Would do something like that.
Of course, absolutely no. I have a relative that basically was in the glass business in New York State. Basically, he couldn't sell glass that they had on at the turn of the century. That's the 20th century, folks. And he got this idea. He went and marked everything up in the store. Marked it up in the store, let it sit that way for a week. And then the next week, he has everything in the store 20% under its marked price. Mm-hmm. That was the first sale. He marked everything up. He couldn't sell that stuff before. He rose the price on it, told people it was a bargain, they bought it. Mm-hmm. That's what they did.
They're suckers.
Yeah. You cannot sell a television set for $800. You know, sell that set for $1,000. And people think they're getting, they used to think they're getting a bargain.
Well, now with the internet, they have a better idea.
Well,
but
yeah, they
still.
go out and they find out, well, that's selling for $300 over here. Why would I want to pay? I wouldn't pay $800. Why would I pay $1,000? It's just like we go shopping for stuff, and I'll tell us, you know, it was like 100% too much before it was 50% discounted. Mm-hmm. So that's how they do it. They run. If you can't sell it in the United States, other countries, if they can't sell merchandise, drop the price. Not here. You do not get a price reduction on anything that they can't sell, because they're going to, you know, because, well, we're going to make a profit. We got the houses in this area that people are losing to foreclosure. Well, we need to make a profit off this sale. They're like, they're 5 months behind in payments. We need to make a profit. Well, they're 5 months behind. In another month, they're basically into the kick out of the house time, so you buy the note from the company at a reduced thing. I mean, nobody's giving you profits on homes in foreclosure. Mm-hmm. So, but like I said, and to me, I grew up from a working class family, and that was always, I mean, I can remember my father said he would get pissed off during the Depression. He wouldn't bother going to, you know, out to some of these things, because actually my father was in college during the Great Depression. And, you know, because you still had money, because even though my grandmother was a nurse, my father was a bloody Prussian aristocrat, and basically they didn't have any money. So my father was going to college, and he'd go out and get something to pay the bills, because you have a Stutz Bearcat, folks, that cost money, you know, the raccoon coat Stutz Bearcat. They had to pay for gas at like 10 cents a gallon, and still was 10 cents a gallon he didn't have. And he said that he would know, simply by the fact that he grew up in, you know, in this area, that they don't have any jobs for anybody. I know the guy that, you know, I know the son of the man that runs the business. They don't have any jobs. But they would put out a sign, we need 100 people.
Help wanted.
Help wanted. They'd put a sign on the building, we need 100 people.
Really?
And they'd get 10,000 people standing in line. And then they'd take pictures of the thing and then put it in the newspaper. You know, the business is doing so well, we have people lined up around the block. They wouldn't hire anybody.
Oh, they did that just for promotion, so more people would come to the store.
That the store was doing so good that, you know, that they're lined up around the block. They were there looking for jobs. They weren't there to shop, but this is how it's always been done. And he got pissed off in those days. We're talking the Great Depression, they were doing it. No, and I hate to tell you this, but it all tends to be the Democratic Party that pulls this dump. So, I mean, Republicans aren't going to hire, they're not going to say they're going to hire somebody they don't need. You know, Republicans may spend money they don't have, but they're not going to hire somebody for their payroll. That's really loud, isn't it?
I know, I don't know why it's so loud right now.
Yeah, that cell phone is faintly in another area, like about 50 foot away. Listen, can you hear the thing going on?
I know, it's like who've turned their cell phone on.
Yeah,
it's probably
but
mine.
why is it that loud? I mean, somebody's deaf with
I
that
know.
stuff on, but no, but, I mean, would your father have ever put on a sign to hire people he didn't need?
No,
No. My mother was in the restaurant business. My mother didn't need people. She didn't.
because you don't want to sit there and bother during the interviews
You
and
don't want to
everything.
waste the time. It's why most businesses only have one day a week that people can come in and apply for jobs. They say, like, come in Tuesday or Thursday. That's when management will be here to talk to you.
Mhm.
But we're going to be hiring clean through the holiday season every week. When you get your message, they didn't on that phone, whatever that one is. That phone actually works. I hear that one. Everybody heard that one, but it is the saddest thing that you can do in this world. I mean, I'm going to sit there and gripe and bitch up a storm, that if you supported the president, you tell everybody how great the stimulus was, and you screw poor little guys that actually want a job.
Aw.
So I'm going to put some title on this one that basically will get people mad at me. All I know is if you haven't hired that many people since the stimulus thing worked, you don't hire that many. They didn't hire
Yeah,
people over
but
the
see, part
summer.
of it is if you are not employed and you're looking for a job, it'll probably help you.
Remember, he's planning on hope and change.
Yeah, and you're hoping that things will change if you get a job.
Yeah, and basically, it's not going. You're taking advantage of. I mean, all he's going to do is that when these people get canned out of the jobs they thought they were going to have, you're going to piss off even more people, because these people are a combination of the hard-working minority members that want a job and the people that upstairs that have lost their jobs. They're going to be going to say in the middle. The ones in the middle are working, folks.
Mm-hmm.
The people at the bottom and the top is the one with the problem, and which is funny. We have a vanishing middle class. The only people working. I mean, they're talking about Wall Street today. The people on Wall Street are cutting before Christmas. They're axing out people because the Obama has made it such a toxic thing to be working for financial firms that people are leaving the business.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah. So even though Wall Street looks like it's going up because they're trading with one. They're trading government money with the government. All those people that are doing well do business with the government. If you don't do business with the government, or you're not a petroleum company or gold, you're not making any money. So. But no, I'm in my mad state. My German and Irish is up. My Indian sides, they scalp them. But it is a sick thing to do. That's what it is. A sick joke on the American people. The stimulus has worked so well that they're hiring 600 to 900,000 people for part-time jobs.
I know.
Yeah, so
I guess it always has to do with your expectations.
I know, she's quite an Asian girl. I'm obnoxious German and Irish. So until next time, this is all Cam.
And this is not a spring chicken. We're here yesterday, today, and tomorrow in 3D as well as 2D.
Yeah.
For more information,
You can go to www.montybola.net on the net.
and wherever you're watching us, subscribe to us. Join us daily for a 3D newscast and our other news in 3D. And
Yeah, we got a whole 3D channel, folks.
yes, thank you once again for over 40 million links
And
on the internet.
True 3D is finished and going on the word circuit starting in another month or so.